Hello, everybody. My name is Drew, and today we're going to talk about how you can easily use a Zoom link in your scheduled events by using what Zoom calls your PMI, in other words, your personal meeting ID. And with this, you don't even need to actually have a direct integration between your scheduling software like VibeCloud Scheduler and Zoom. Simply, you just have a link that works for every meeting that winds up on your calendar. So really actually streamlines things quite a bit. So it's a set and forget solution and makes scheduling events easy. So we're going to talk about how you can configure this in Zoom, how you can get your link, and also how you can use Zoom for these kinds of meetings if you've never done this before. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, so here we are looking at Zoom. And so you're going to find these settings under here where it says new meeting, and click on that little arrow that's under new meeting. And you'll see actually that my account is already set up for doing this. But you can get to your PMI settings by hovering over the numbers under that drop down that opens up, going down to where it says PMI settings. It opens up a new window, which gives you your personal meeting ID number. This can be customized, as you can see, if you have a pro account, but you don't need a pro account to create these kinds of meetings. You can then set up the password for your meetings and then decide just generally the kinds of settings that you want to have for these. Like if you want to have a waiting room or videos turned on automatically, you got some advanced options here as well. And then you can hit save to save these settings. And then you're able to, once you've got that all configured, what you're going to want to do is make sure that this little checkbox here is checked that says use my personal meeting ID. And what that's going to do is it's going to make sure that every time you click this new meeting button, that new meeting is going to be creating the same meeting with that same meeting code. And therefore, the invite link that you send to people will just work every single time. If you have this not checked, then it's going to create a totally new meeting every single time that has a unique code to it instead. So it's important that when you are inviting people to a meeting that is using your PMI, that you make sure you're opening new meetings that are also for your PMI. Otherwise, you guys will be going to different destinations and there might be a little bit of confusion. So the last thing we need to talk about here is how do you get this link so that you can put it into your schedulers? Well, there's a couple of ways you can do it. First of all, by clicking on that little arrow under new meeting and then hovering over your PMI, you can then copy the invitation, and you can either just give people this invitation, or here I'm just going to show you just pasting this into any kind of place that can accept text. We're then able to copy all of this stuff, and you can then just send this over to people, or also, because what you're going to want is that URL right there, and then you're going to want to make sure you give people the passcode. So what I like doing is just copying the link itself and the passcode so that people have everything that they need to join your meeting. Copy that and paste it into the meeting location field in your scheduler software. And then every time people book meetings with you, they will be automatically given this as the location to the meeting. And then it's a set and forget setting in your scheduling software, and you'll just know that people are automatically being given the Zoom link that they need to be able to join you for your meeting. And once again, just to reiterate, all you need to do, if you haven't done this before, is make sure that when you open up your Zoom account at that time for the meeting, that this box right here is checked to use your personal meeting ID. And actually, you know what, I also want to show you really fast how you're able to also get the link from within Zoom, within the Zoom meeting itself. So just really fast, you're able to get that also from right up here under meeting security when you open up a new Zoom meeting. And you can grab that invite link from right here by clicking on that little green shield for meeting security. And then it says invite link, little copy button right there. Click that, and that'll also give you that that invite link as well. All right, fantastic. So I believe that's about it. I hope that this has been helpful, and of course, let us know if you have any questions. Thank you so much.